Saturday AI Stories. This story is a work of AI fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this story are fictitious and do not portray actual people or events. The Great Indiana Corn-spiracy. In the grand, flat expanse of Indiana, where the horizon stretches out like the world's least exciting yoga pose, there occurred a phenomenon so bewildering, it made the local headlines right after the riveting saga of Mrs. Higgins' cat returning home after a scandalous two-day escapade with a mysterious tabby. This, dear reader, was the year Indiana decided it had had enough of being stereotyped. No longer would it stand, or rather, lie flat for being known only for corn, racing, and more corn. The Hoosiers, in a move that shocked absolutely everyone, including themselves, launched what would be known as the Great Indiana Corn-spiracy. It all started when Earl, a local farmer, declared at Bernie's bar, the hub of all groundbreaking ideas, thanks to a generous flow of Bernie's not quite legal moonshine, that he was tired of corn. "I'm planting avocados." He slurred, a declaration that was met with the kind of stunned silence usually reserved for moments when the Wi-Fi goes out. Word of Earl's avocado ambition spread faster than ketchup on a hot dog at the Indy 500. Soon, others joined in, inspired to break free from the golden shackles of corn. The movement grew, with Hoosiers planting everything from quinoa to kale, much to the confusion of local wildlife, which had developed a fine taste for corn. The government, sensing unrest or perhaps just confused by the sudden spike in salad ingredients, launched an investigation. The Indiana Department of Unusual Crop Movements, IDUCM, a department so secretive that even the government forgot it existed, was called in. The IDUCM's report, leaked to the public by an anonymous source, thanks Mildred, revealed startling findings. The switch to exotic crops was not, as previously believed, a bid for healthier eating or even a statement against monoculture. No, the truth was far more insidious. Indiana was attempting to rebrand itself as a tropical paradise. The master plan, dubbed Operation Coconut, aimed to transform Indiana's image from that place with a lot of corn and an annual race to the Hawaii of the Midwest. Key to this transformation was the climate, which anyone with a window could tell you was about as tropical as Siberia's beach resorts. But the Hoosiers are a resourceful bunch. They proposed a statewide installation of giant heat lamps to encourage year-round growth of tropical crops. Tiki bars would replace cornfields, and the Indy 500 would be rerouted to include a beachfront stretch. The leak caused pandemonium. Economists panicked about the impact on corn syrup production. Meteorologists predicted a new microclimate, dubbed the Indiana sauna. Environmentalists were seen hugging the few remaining cornstalks, mourning the loss of biodiversity. Yet, amidst the chaos, a strange thing happened. People got curious. Tourists, previously unaware that Indiana was not, in fact, just a mythological land from a John Mellencamp song, began to visit. They wanted to see the state daring enough to dream of avocados and pineapples sprouting from its loamy soil. In the end, the tropical transformation proved too ambitious. The heat lamps attracted moths the size of drones, and the avocado trees stubbornly refused to bear fruit, insisting they were just there for the ambience. Indiana, however, found itself basking in a newfound appreciation for its identity, corn and all. The Great Indiana Corn-spiracy didn't just change the landscape, it changed hearts. Hoosiers embraced their heritage with a renewed vigor, planting corn with the kind of passion usually reserved for arguing about basketball. And as for Earl, he opened a tiki bar right next to Bernie's bar. It was an instant hit, and it just goes to show that you can take the Hoosier out of Indiana, but you can't take Indiana out of the Hoosier. Especially when there's moonshine and a good story involved. The end.